But in the grand scheme of things, if my backdrop is LA, Tinseltown, beautiful weather, sunshine, palm trees, Rodeo Drive, Melrose, Venice Beach, Palisades Parkway, everything in between, hell, LA Live, okay? And then I'm in the purple and gold, and LeBron James is still going to be my teammate for 2 additional years. I ain't thinking about my hometown. And that's what the bottom line is here.
So here we are once again back in free agency rumor central, but this time with Anthony Davis. I will say that this one kind of confuses me. I think it's mainly because it just came out of nowhere and it doesn't really make that much sense. Given everything that's in LA for him, I just can't see it. Like, there would literally be no reason for him to leave. So today we're going to quickly be talking about Anthony Davis's upcoming free agency and why he'll most likely stay with the Lakers. But before we begin, if you're new here, I'm Double D. I'm a huge basketball fan and I make NBA videos here on YouTube every week. So if you're also an NBA fan, or just a basketball fan in general, feel free to hit the sub button and click the bell so you can be notified when I upload more videos just like this one. Alright, let's get into the video. This whole rumor doesn't really make sense for one main reason, which is that Anthony Davis literally has been wanting to go to the Lakers for a while now. And he made it clear that he didn't want to be in New Orleans anymore and wanted to be traded, with the Lakers being at the top of the list. And the only reason he wasn't traded sooner than last year's offseason was because the Pelicans' old GM literally refused to trade him to the Lakers. Like, that's literally the only reason it didn't happen sooner. This man literally turned down a trade that included 4 first-round picks. I don't know what he had against the Lakers, but yeah. But he would eventually be fired, and they found a trade for Anthony Davis. The Lakers got Anthony Davis in return for Alonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, and 3 first-round picks. And just like that, the Lakers now have another superstar duo with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. And this is the main reason that he's not leaving, at least not this offseason. The Lakers were 49-14 before the suspension of the season, which put them at first in the West and second in the NBA overall behind the Milwaukee Bucks. LeBron is currently on a mission to make possibly the last push for a ring that he's ever going to have, and Anthony Davis almost immediately found his place in this new system, with people now starting to make the argument that Anthony Davis may be the best teammate that LeBron has ever had in his career. This season he's averaging 27 points, 9.5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2.5 blocks, and 1.5 steals. He's shooting 51% overall and 33.5% from 3. And on top of all this, he's likely going to win Defensive Player of the Year with his only real competition being Giannis. And he's changing the way LeBron plays too. LeBron's averaging a career-high 11 assists, which actually leads the league, and they have a pretty decent supporting cast to go along with them. And this is without a doubt the situation that makes the most sense for Anthony Davis right now. Now, maybe when LeBron retires, he may consider leaving at that point, but this offseason there's absolutely no way it's happening. But there's still people trying to make the case saying that he may leave for either the Bulls or the Knicks in free agency. So let's take a look at both of those cases. Okay, so there's one thing in common about both of these teams, and it's the fact that both of them have a lot of young talent but no superstar. And this is exactly the situation that Anthony Davis had in New Orleans outside of DeMarcus Cousins and Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday being the young talent and DeMarcus Cousins being the superstar. But that being said, let's first take a look at the Chicago Bulls. So right now, the Bulls really only have one star caliber player, and that's Zach LaVine. Other than that, they have a lot of decent role players, but nobody really noteworthy other than maybe Lauri Markkanen. But if he went there, they could probably contend in the Eastern Conference, but probably not with the top teams in the West or even Milwaukee. In addition to this, the Bulls likely wouldn't even have the cap space to make this possible. Guys like Otto Porter would need to decline their player options, which is unlikely. And so, overall, this move doesn't really make a lot of sense from either a competitive standpoint or a money standpoint. And I've been seeing a lot of people making this argument, saying things like, well, it's his hometown. Okay, well, we've already seen things like this happen and they didn't go that well. Dwayne Wade is from Chicago, and when Miami refused to pay him what he was worth, he left back home to Chicago, which quickly became one of the most forgotten seasons, if not the most forgotten season of his entire career, winning just 41 games and getting first rounded by Boston. This was a team that still had a decent amount of talent in Rajon Rondo, Jimmy Butler, Taj Gibson, and Nikola Mirotic. It is noteworthy that the Bulls lost Rondo during that series, but I don't think the Celtics are losing that series regardless, even having lost their 2 home games given the amount of talent they had. But AD would have no reason to go there given that the Lakers are going to likely offer him a huge contract, and there would hardly be anything there for him if he left. But that's not the only place that people are talking about AD leaving to. The other team that people say he might leave to is the Knicks, and AD isn't going to the Knicks, because, well, they're the Knicks. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're... Okay, I'm kidding. But AD is not going to the Knicks mainly because they just have no idea what they're doing right now. They have a new GM, the coaching spot is changing every 5 hours, and they just don't have the money to do it. Part of the reason for this was giving Julius Randle a $63 million contract this offseason. They have possibly the worst front office in the league, and Knicks fans will agree with me when I say that. This is a team that drafted 7'3" Kristaps Porzingis, who is quickly developing and proving everyone wrong who doubted him before the draft. And they traded him to Dallas for cap space to sign Kevin Durant, who never even ended up signing. The entire franchise is a mess right now with no real clear direction. Like the Bulls, they have a lot of young talent but no clear superstar. And on top of all this, there are only 4 players on the Knicks above the age of 25. And these players are Mo Harkless, Taj Gibson, Reggie Bullock, and Damian Dotson. Yeah. So once again, this doesn't really make a lot of sense given everything that I just listed. The Lakers are without a doubt the absolute best situation for Anthony Davis right now. And he's going to be spending a minimum of 3 of those years alongside one of the greatest players to ever step foot on a court. And this video is a lot shorter than normal because there's really nothing else to say other than these rumors make no sense. Because he would never walk away from a situation that he's been trying to get into for years. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're new, click the bell to be notified when I upload, and comment down below what you want to see next. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.